catch an evening breeze. Oh, I scoot down her neck gripping. Oh my, look where it's slipping. Got me sweating like a glass of tea. It's a hot night in the country. It's taking us to an all-time high. It's getting downright sultry. It can only get hotter tonight. The whole time that I see her cooling herself by the freezer, I'm steady picking up steam. She sighs and that ain't helping. She already had me melting like a scoop of homemade ice cream. It's a hot night in the country. It's taking us to an all-time high. It's getting downright sultry. And it can only get hotter tonight.
It's fun. I mean, I tell you, it's a good time for 90s music right now. You know, it's very popular, and we're working as much as we want to work, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, people are missing it. There's not much of it coming out of Nashville anymore, that traditional sound.
Yeah, I guess we were the last, really traditional country music to come out of Nashville, and so when all these places, the casinos and the festivals and the things want country music, they got to come to us because we're the surviving traditional country artists now. Guys like me and Lawrence and Chestnut and Diffie and all that '90s crew, you know.
You're the real deal, and I think the most recent album came out in 2016. Was it All American Texan?
That was All American Texan, and we released our first live album in November. We did a live at Billy Bob's, and we've got that out on all your digital formats, and even got it on vinyl if you go to my website at tracybyrdmusic.com. But yeah, we got that out, and then I'm starting to get the itch to go back in and do a new studio album with all new songs on it, and so hopefully have that out in the spring of next year.
All American Texan, you wrote 8 songs on that album and recorded it in Tyler, Texas at Rosewood Studio?
Yeah, we recorded it at Rosewood, and I'm going to probably go back there and do the next one. I really like that place. I got some really talented people up there and a great studio, and it's fun, cutting in Texas. I'd never cut in Texas all those years. It was always Nashville or California that we tracked everything in, and so it's really nice to have that great studio right up there in Tyler.
Diamond shine, it don't matter if it costs a dime. Dang thing looks like $1 million sitting on the hand of a girl in love. Perfect 15 carats, none of them dirty thought don't. 3 little words that'll knock you blind. Don't love make a diamond shine. Don't love make a diamond shine. Welcome out, so good to see y'all tonight. Yeah. King of the road.
Here comes this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback.
Tracy Byrd, I've been a fan of yours since before I moved here. It's now been 16 years this month that I moved here, and I met you shortly after that. It's actually the longest I've ever lived anywhere, and I think you had something to do with that, maybe Mark Chestnut too. I said, this must be a pretty cool place if guys like Tracy Byrd and Mark Chestnut chose to stay here when they could have lived anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, that is interesting, I mean, we could have lived anywhere, and of course we're pressured to live in Nashville, you know. They, when you sign with a big label, they want you to be within a phone call away from them, to do whatever, which is a plus, a reason to live back home, to get away from all that. But yeah, I mean, it was home for us, and we stayed, and we enjoy it, and we love it, and we're still here, and glad you're still here too.
King of the Road.
That was this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. Honky Tonk Texas in Silsbee is the Southeast Texas headquarters for live music, dinner, drinking, and dancing. Honky Tonk Texas features a steady stream of the best live entertainment in the Lone Star State. Come scoot a boot and shoot some pool or shuffleboard. Make plans to be at the Honky Tonk Texas every Thursday for steak night. Delicious Texas-sized steaks cooked to perfection with all the fixins'. And don't forget the world-famous Honky Tonk Grill inside of Honky Tonk Texas. See your favorite national, regional, and local artists on the Honky Tonk stage. Check out Josh Ward with special guest Chuck Briseño on Saturday, March 20th at Honky Tonk Texas in Silsbee.